Thanks for viewing. Guys, I'm grateful for the comments, for the likes, for the observations, and for subscribing to my channel. Thank you for always viewing, and please don't get tired of listening to me. Go through this journey with me. So today I'll share my second appointment with the surgeon. So guys, on my second appointment, I met another doctor. My consultant was on leave, so I was assigned to see another doctor. And guess what? When I stepped into his office, the person I met was the first surgeon I wanted to see. From my last video, I told you I wanted to see the surgeon I met at my first visit to the oncology clinic, but I didn't remember his name. But you know, God has a way of doing his things. Did you see how everything just worked together for me to see the doctor I wanted to see? And he was the one that conducted my surgery. He became my surgeon from that day. So when I walked into his office, he saw me, he looked at me and said that your face looks familiar. I said, yes, we've met before. I introduced myself to him. So he went through my medical records and he was so happy with the results. Okay, you know, I had a complete response to chemotherapy. So he was so happy. You know, he observed me the first time at the oncology clinic. He knew how big the lump was. So for him to see me and there was no lump anymore, so he was so excited. So he said to me that that they may have to do a wide local surgery instead of mastectomy, but he said he's going to discuss with their head of department and they will come to conclusion whether they will go for mastectomy or breast conservative surgery. So he asked me to come the next week, that before then they would have discussed and gotten to a conclusion. So the next week I went, they still did not arrive at conclusion that week. So he asked me to come the other week, you know, but he said I should come with an open mind. That is possible it would be a mastectomy or breast conservative surgery, so that whichever one they arrived at, whichever conclusion they arrived at, that it shouldn't be a problem for me, so I should just come with an open mind. And he also said that they would conduct the surgery the same week. So I went home, you know, I asked for the charges. Initially, there's a list on the wall which I asked the resident doctors if it was for the surgery. They said yes. So I checked and it was something I could afford. But unfortunately, that wasn't the actual surgery fee. It was the fee for the consumables, just for the consumables, you know. So that day, I happened to find out the real fee, the real cost of the surgery, and it was outrageous. it was beyond my budget. And I had just less than, okay, I have 8 days to have my surgery done. I didn't know where the money would come from, at that time. And one thing I never wanted to be is a liability. I never wanted to put anybody under pressure, under any stress. And that was January. People just celebrated Christmas and spent a lot of money, But then God is so particular about me, how He raised PWC ladies to take care of all the surgery fee, like the cost of the surgery. They took care of it, like within a short space of time. Oh my God, God bless PWC. They just said, Uju, don't worry. How much do you need? Like, it was like a joke. I never expected them to give me all the money, So I was hoping, okay, whatever they raise, I could just make it up, okay? But I never expected they could just get the whole money. But it's just God. I really thank God for PWC. So the money wasn't an issue now. So the next appointment day, when I got to the doctor's office, he said, Chivu, that's the way he usually addressed me. He said, Chivu, we've discussed, we've come to a conclusion that mastectomy would be the best for you. Mastectomy will be the best for you. I was cold. He said, you are always full of life energy, so why are you suddenly cold? I thought you made up your mind for this. I told him that actually I've decided from the onset that I will go with the doctor's advice, but I don't know, it's kind of difficult for me, but I know I'll be fine. So he said they are going to admit me immediately. That day was on Tuesday, so the surgery was supposed to hold on the Thursday. So he said they are going to admit me immediately. So I went to the ward, paid all the necessary fees thanks to PWC. Then, in fact, the only thing I paid from my pocket was money for the harmonic scalpel and other little expenses, because the doctor needed harmonic scalpel for my surgery, so I had to provide that. It was, I think it was about 150,000. That was the bulk money I spent. Others was just minor things like that. So, but I couldn't sleep over because I wasn't prepared. So I went home. So today, I was booked for mastectomy. Like everything is turning into reality. Like everything, it seems like a joke. And it's turning into a reality. I'm going to go through a procedure that will change my life completely. Like it's it's becoming difficult, more difficult than I thought. I really do not want to start, imagining what it will look like, how I'll feel after the surgery. I'm just trying to be very strong. I'm just trying to be strong. I do not want it to weigh me down. I want to go in very strong and come out strong and face my life. I know it's not going to be an easy journey, but and just putting all my trust in God and just putting my hands in his hands to just pull me through, lead me through, because on my own I can't do anything on my own. That day was, oh God, I was terrified. And at the same time, I wanted to stay strong. I wanted to stay strong for my sister. I wanted to stay strong for my friends, for PWC, for everybody that cared. I wanted to stay strong for them, but at the same time, I was terrified. And those ladies, oh my God, Auntie Temi from PWC, Tony, all of them, they were just calling. But at that point, I didn't want to talk to anybody because I knew if I talked to somebody, I would be emotional. So I didn't want to talk to anybody. So that was the day I decided to share my story. I made that decision with tears on my eyes. I said, I'm going to share my story. Nobody should go through this thing. Nobody should go through this same thing I was going through. So that day, I made up my mind to share my story. Thank you guys for viewing. The next one, I will share the surgery experience. Thank you for viewing. Remember, it could have been worse, but God did not allow it. So if God did not allow it, He's going to bring you out of this situation and you will be fine. So let's laud it. Cancer is not a death sentence. Early detection and treatment is the key to survival. Thank you for viewing. Bye. God bless you.